What is up, guys? Hope everybody is having a great day. Today, I wanted to get on here and really talk about a quote that my grandpa told me a long time ago that changed the way I think about business, and a quote that can help you whenever it comes to finding partners, whether it be agencies, whether it be freelancers, or anything in your business. And so, the quote that my grandpa told me one time, and I heard him preach this, and he still uses it to this day, is don't practice what you preach, but preach what you practice. And I think that's such a practical quote because I think a lot of times what happens in life is we get so caught up in trying to say what we want to say and having our actions follow versus just speaking on our actions, right? For example, you see a lot of times in the business world, people say, you got to wake up early, you got to do this, you got to cold plunge, you got to do that. And then what happens is they try, because they're telling you that, they try to change their entire lifestyle because of that. And what happens is they almost become their inauthentic self versus the person who was doing that stuff in the past and then all of a sudden now is just documenting the process. It's the same thing as like people who try to live a lifestyle that they can't afford, right? They talk about this lifestyle, and once they talk about this lifestyle, they really have to kind of move everything they're doing to fit the lifestyle that they talked about when that might not even be their authentic lifestyle. And then you have the people who like nice cars, who have a really big house, who like nice things, but that's just the lifestyle that they already had. And so when you ask them questions about it, they're just telling you about their true authentic self. And the reason I say this is because what happens sometimes in business is you see a lot of people who are agency owners, you see a lot of people who are coaches. And I always tell people whenever they are looking for a coach, an agency, a partner in business, always ask the person how they are living what they are trying to sell you, right? So, for example, my business focuses on personal branding and content creation. And what I've done is I've tried to make sure that I put that on the forefront of my own brand, of my own company's brand, because if I can't do it for myself, it's hard to believe that I could do it for other people. And people say, "Well, no, that's the case all the time." But what I'm here to tell you is like you believe in your business more than anybody else. So it's important that you display to the world the solution that you have for their problems. And so like I said, for my business it's content creation, right? And so I want to try to make sure I have as much content out there as possible of me speaking on marketing, business, life, whatever it is, because that's the service that I provide to other people. A great example of this is people who are business coaches, right? So you'll have people who will try to coach you on your business and who have never built a business and who have never made near as much money as you, but they feel like they can coach you up in something that they have no tactical knowledge of. All they're doing there, like I said, is they are practicing what they preach. They're not preaching what they practice. Because if they were doing that, if somebody was so good at being a business coach, if somebody was so good at running Facebook ads, if somebody was so good at running Google ads, always think to yourself, why are they not doing that for themselves, right? Whether it's somebody who's a sales trainer, somebody who's, like I said, a business coach, somebody who's one of these gurus, always ask yourself, why would they not do that for themselves? Because if somebody is a coach and they say that they can scale your business to 8 figures, ask yourself, why have they not scaled their own business to 8 figures outside of the business of teaching you how to build a business, right? If somebody is a marketing coach, ask yourself, okay, if that's the case, how come they haven't used these tactics in any other field and they're just selling you a service? If somebody is a financial advisor, ask yourself, if they're such a good financial advisor, how come they have less money than you? I think that people believe in that quote that says, those who don't do teach. But I think that we now live in a society, in a world where the best teachers are true practitioners of what they do. I'll give you a story and an experience in my own life, right? You will oftentimes see, because we're in the political sector right now, in the political season, you will oftentimes see people come in and they will talk about how to win an election, how to win an election, how to win an election. This is a strategy to win an election. And then when you ask them if they've won an election, they will automatically tell you, no, I've never won, but I've been on campaigns that made a big impact. No, I've never won, but I got to manage this big budget. And I started to realize that this is how oftentimes society is whenever it comes to people who position themselves as marketing gurus, as business gurus, as political gurus, whatever it is that they are in the business of talking. They're not in the business of doing. And so if you're ever going to partner with somebody, if you're ever going to hire a firm, if you're ever going to hire somebody for their service, always ask them how they have done what they are going to provide for you for themselves. Because at the end of the day, it's not about practicing what you preach, it's about preaching what you practice.